Good afternoon, bachcho. How are you? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. I hope you all solved the questions, the single question which I gave it in the previous class, if you can recall. And also you might have practiced from R.D. Sharma. If I am audible, you can give me a thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, good evening, good afternoon. So today, welcome to this day 3. That's 14th of April 2025, and I already promised that I will be returning at 4 p.m. in order to teach you physics. So now let's start. I gave a problem, if you can recall. Y is equal to e to the power 5x plus 2. And I asked you to find out the dy by dx. Isn't it? That's what I asked you to solve, if you can recall. Isn't it? So what needs to be done in this type of questions? So now you can see that these are no more the functions which you already know, because these are known as exponential functions. We will know about these functions in detail once we start the graph. Once we undergo solving integral problems, then we can solve, then we can know about these exponential functions in depth. So now I will mention you certain things that ln x, there are two functions. One is ln x, that is also known as log base ex, and e to the power x are interconvertible. So now I will just mention you the formulas which are associated with d by dx of e to the power x and d by dx of ln x. Yes, Siri, you are right. It has to be that itself. You are right. Absolutely right. So now I will mention you how to differentiate e to the power x. d by dx of e to the power x is going to be e to the power x itself. Similarly, I can say that d by dx of ln x is going to be equivalent to 1 by x. So you can note down these two formulas which I have given it over here. I hope I am audible to everyone. I hope it's louder itself. Isn't it? So now let's try to solve this question. So over here you are being given e to the power 5x plus 2. What needs to be done? Obviously, if you can recall, I already mentioned you something in the previous class. We need to use the chain rule. Isn't it? We need to use the chain rule over here. So now what needs to be done? See, we can solve it by two methods. I said we can assign a third variable over here, isn't it? A third variable can be assigned, and after that we can write it, let's say it's z, and dy by dx can be written as dy by dz into dz by dx. But I also mentioned you with a shortcut. What is that shortcut? I will write it down that you can treat this entire function to be a single function, like e to the power x. Then what do you think will be d by dx of e to the power x? So I can write it down it as e to the power 5x plus 2 has to be same itself, e to the power 5x plus 2 multiplied by d by dx of 5x plus 2. Now what do you think will be the derivative of 5x plus 2 with respect to x? Obviously, we need to find it out, isn't it? In the previous class, we already mentioned about this. So what is it going to be? It's going to be d by dx of 5x plus 2. It's going to be d by dx of 5x. Let's try to write it down over here. Plus d by dx of 2 into e to the power 5x plus 2. Isn't it? If I solve it, You know that d by dx of 5x, 5 is a constant. It's going to be coming outside this derivative operator, and as a result of that I will be getting 5 d by dx of x plus d by dx of 2 will be 0 itself into e to the power 5x plus 2. If you solve this, you will be getting it as, you know that d by dx is equivalent to x, isn't it? So I can write it down it as 5 e to the power 5x plus 2 is going to be the answer, and most of the students answered it perfectly. So that's what we can do. We can apply chain rule as a shortcut and I can get this answer. And if you want the long cut over here, I can mention you with the long cut as well. But once again, it's not required. You just need to know the shortcut, because for JEE point of view, you need to know the shortcut methods. So now let's see that what we can do is, I will be asking you to solve certain questions over here. So what questions I am talking about? Let's try to solve this. I believe that we already solved this type of question in the previous class on day 2. Okay, you need the slide. You can note it down if you want. Okay. So now let's try to solve this question which I am giving it over here. Y is equal to x to the power 4 plus 3x square minus of 2x. How to solve it, everyone? So now once again you have to perform the differentiation. What we need to do is, we need to differentiate with respect to x. So now what needs to be done, everyone? Yes, correct. So over here it's d by dx of x to the power 4 plus 3x square minus of 2x. So some answers I want every one of you to provide me with this answer. Okay, correct Krishna. You are also correct, Gamer. Yes, Riya, it's right. Okay. Everyone, solve this question. Okay, I will do it. So as a result, you can say that d by dx of x to the power 4 plus, you can use this as an operator, isn't it? So d by dx of x to the power 4 plus d by dx of 3x square minus of d by dx of 2x. You are just trying to multiply this operator with all the terms inside of the open brackets, isn't it? So now what needs to be done over here? We can write it down. You know that what is going to be d by dx of x to the power n. So once again, those who are new to this session, I would like to mention them how to solve by using the basic formula for any polynomial of degree n. So d by dx of x to the power n is going to be n into x to the power of n minus of 1. So as a result, I can write it down over here as 4x cube, isn't it? 4x to the power 4 minus of 1, isn't it? Plus 3 is constant, it can be taken outside the operator. 3d by dx of x square minus of 2 will be constant, can be taken outside d by dx of x. Now what are we going to get? 4x cube plus what is going to be d by dx of x square? Once again we need to use d by dx of x to the power n equation over there. This formula itself is going to be applied everywhere. So as a result, I can write it down it as 3 into 2 x to the power of 2 minus of 1 minus of d by dx of x will be, what is going to be d by dx of x? It has to be 1 itself, isn't it? So I can write it down it as d by dx of x is 1. So as a result of that, in the end, I will be getting it as 4x cube plus 6x square minus of 2 Isn't it, everyone? Hopefully I was able to find out certain students answering this question perfectly. Yes, correct. So I hope it's clear. This is very easy, isn't it? So now, what if I'm going to ask you another question I'm going to be giving you over here. Let's see how many amongst you will be able to solve this question. Till now, we have solved most of the questions with respect to x, but what if I change the variable? So the question this time I am giving you, it has d by dt of root t plus 1 by t cube minus of t square. We need to find out d by dt. Can you people solve this? If we can solve this, I want an answer from you guys. I hope it's clear, the question. This time you need to differentiate with respect to x. Nope. This time you need to differentiate with respect to t. This time the variable got changed, my friends. Instead of x, it's going to be t. Over here, t is the variable. So you can say anything, because in the upcoming context, in the context of kinematics, you will be observing lot of equations like this, where you are going to be taught ordinary differential equation. You need to keep on differentiating and integrating with respect to time. So now that's the question for you. Okay, Nageshwar Rao. It's not clear actually. You can put brackets if you really want to put your answer over there in the chat. You can put brackets, everyone. Okay, fine. I will solve it. So this time the variable over here, if you are able to see, the variable over here is t. T can be anything. T is the variable. So now what needs to be done, everyone? Once again, what I will do, first of all, d by dt of root t, isn't it? Plus, you are just trying to bring this d by dt as an operator inside the brackets. So d by dt of root t plus d by dt of 1 by t cube minus of d by dt of t square. So now, how to solve this? If someone asks you what needs to be done in order to solve this. So now let's try to solve this one after the other, because those who are new to this, most of you are new, isn't it? You are doing differentiation for the first time, isn't it? So now what needs to be done is, we can write it down over here as d by dt of root t, isn't it? So d by dt of root t, what is root t, everyone? Root t is d by dt of t to the power half. So once again we can use d by dx of x to the power n. There can be any variable. Till now we have solved with respect to x, but now we can solve it with respect to t, z, u, v, anything. Any variables can be given. You can only differentiate or integrate any function with respect to a certain variable. That's what I've already mentioned in the very first class, if you can recall. Over here, y is a function of t. Previously in all the problems, whatever we have solved y was a function of x. This time, y is a function of t. So now, over here it can be written as half t to the power of half minus of 1. So now as a result of that, what we can do? Once again, what we are doing? We are just trying to perform an analogy of it with respect to, if you know this equation, d by dx of x to the power n is equal to n into x to the power of n minus of 1, isn't it? That's what we are doing it over here, isn't it? So as a result of that, I will be getting half t to the power minus of half is going to be d by dt of root t. Now, yes, you are right. Now, this is what we can write it down over here. This becomes t to the power minus of half by 2. Okay. Now, let's try to solve this. What is this? D by dt of 1 by t cube. So, don't start fearing whenever you are able to see some function being mentioned in the denominator section, isn't it? So what needs to be done over here? So we can write down d by dt of 1 by t cube can be written as d by dt of t to the power minus of 3. We can write it down as t to the power minus of 3. Yes or no? Isn't it, my friends? So now as a result of that, once again you use this formula, the one which I mentioned it over there. So as a result you will be getting minus 3t to the power minus 3 minus of 1. So as a result of that I will be getting it as minus 3t to the power minus of 4. So now let's try to put this value over here. It becomes minus of 3t to the power minus of 4. Now finally we are left behind with this d by dt of t square. What needs to be done? This is a very direct one, direct equation, direct formula, you can use it. So this is going to be, what is d by dt of t square? Tell me friends. बताइए बच्चों क्या होता है? Yes, 2t. You are absolutely right. It's going to be 2t. So I can write it down it as minus of 2t. So now the final equation, we can write it down it as this t to the power minus half can be brought to the denominator section. It can be written as half t to the power half minus of 3 by t to the power 4 minus of 2t. So this can be also decorated and written as 1 minus 2 root t minus 3 by t to the power 4 minus of 2t. So that's how you can do it. I believe that you all got this answer. Yes or no, everyone? Is the answer correct? Are you getting this answer, everyone? I'm not asking you only one student, Sanjana. I'm asking everyone over here. If yes, if you are getting this answer, give me a thumbs up. Don't give crying smileys. Yes, yes. Okay, fine, fine. Keep on saying yes, we have got it. So as a result of that, we can go to the next question. Shall we go to the next question? Yes. Let's go to the next question over here. So the next question is x square cos x. So let's see that who amongst you will be able to solve this question perfectly. Who will be able to solve? Are you able to see the question x square cos x? Same type of question x sin x we did in the previous class, if you can recall. Isn't it? So once again you are being asked to perform d by dx. Over here it is y is a function of x is equal to cos x multiplied by x square, or else you can write it down it as x square cos x, isn't it? In the previous case it was y is a function of time. In this case it is y is a function of x. Okay, let's see. So which rule are we supposed to apply over here? Which rule are we able to apply, and as a result of that we can get the answer? Yes, UV, right? It's not ultraviolet, it's a rule, UV rule, isn't it? So now what needs to be done? Once again we can write down once again, if you can recall, UV rule. I mentioned the form of two functions fx gx. In other words, what is this UV rule? See, now I would like to mention you an interesting fact. You know that if I'm having any function fx and if I differentiate, let's say this is equal to y, and you know that the first derivative can be written as dy by dx. So I can also write this dy by dx as y dash. In some standard books, you will be finding that it can be also written as y superscript dot. So that's why dy by dx can be noted in several notations, isn't it? If you're able to see it over here, these are the possible annotations used to determine the derivative. So now what is this UV rule? Let me give you a recap of whatever we discussed in the previous class. So UV rule means U dash V plus UV dash. I hope you are able to get it. First of all, U dash, U and V are two variables. First of all, we are considering U to be a variable and V to be a constant. So that's the reason we are differentiating U first. Then with a positive sign, we are taking V to be a variable and U to be a constant. So that's why we are differentiating V. So we can write it down over here as d by dx of x square cos x, isn't it? So what I will be getting, this is going to be equivalent to, you can write it down, that first of all take cos x as a constant and x square to be a variable plus x square to be a constant and cosine of x to be a variable. That's what is going to be the expression, isn't it? So now we can write it down it as, so now everyone say, what is d by dx of x square? What is d by dx of x square? You are right, gamer, but the question is that what is d by dx of x square? Everyone, those who are attending this session, it has to be what is d by dx of x square? Yes, 2x, 2x, 2x. Correct, 2x. Everyone is getting 2x, isn't it? So cosine of x into 2x followed by x square. D by dx of cos x. Write it down the chat box. What is d by dx of cos x? I'm asking d by dx of cos x. Minus sin x. Minus of sin x, not positive sin x. Minus sin x. If you can recall the previous class, I have already mentioned you with the formulas. Yes, minus sin x, everyone. Exactly. Absolutely right. So we can write it down it as what? Minus of sin x. So as a result of that, it is going to be 2x cos x minus of x square sin x. Absolutely correct. I hope everyone's getting this answer. This is the answer, everyone. Mila answer? I hope you all are getting the answer. If yes, give a thumbs up. Keep on giving thumbs up, everyone. Great, 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 great. Great going, everyone. Okay. So fine. So let's see who will be able to solve the next question on your screen, everyone. So this is the next question which we are having. So based upon this, can you tell me what's going to be the value of it? So before I solve this question, I would like to give you one question of my own, which is going to be a bit difficult, but definitely for JEE aspirants like you, it will be a cup of tea. Trust me, it's going to be a cup of tea. So now the question is, differentiate with respect to z, where I will be saying that y as a function of z, let us say it is nothing but cos of root of z, and let's say this is z square. Can you find it out? This is the question, everyone. Y as a function of z this time, and this is z square. What do you think it's going to be? What do you think, everyone? Anyone? How to solve this? Now, the angle of cosine is no more x or z or t. This time a square root is associated over here. Nope, it's not 0. 0 nahi aayega. मैंने क्या पूछा? Differentiate with respect to z. Question, let's see. I will write down the question once again. If you are not able to comprehend the handwriting, I will write it down once again. Differentiate. WRT is the short form of with respect to. This is with respect to z. That's what you have to find. Okay? So now once again there are two functions. So can anyone tell me which method, which rule are we supposed to apply? Which rule are we supposed to apply, everyone? Say UV, U by V. Yes, exactly correct. UV rule, everyone. Absolutely fine. So let's try to solve this by using UV rule. So now there are two functions, if you are able to see. One of the function is z square, and the next function over here is cosine of root z. So I can write it down over here. It has, first of all, I will definitely mention you how to differentiate this cosine of root z, isn't it? But first of all, you need to write down the method. It's UV rule itself. First of all, you need to do, this time it's going to be d by dz. Isn't it? D by dz, because the variable is z this time. So now I can write it down, it as d by dz of z square, considering cosine of root of z to be a constant, plus z square to be a constant, d by dz of cosine of root z. Needs to be differentiated. Needs to be what? Differentiated, everyone. So now what needs to be done? Okay, so now let's try to find out. See, this is very easy. What do you think will be d by dz of z square? What do you think will be d by dz of z square, everyone? Write it down. Post it down in the form of comments. D by dz of z square. 2z, 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 2z. Yes, correct. It's 2z itself. So it's going to be 2z into cosine of root z. Now we need to differentiate this. We need to differentiate this, everyone. So what needs to be done? Let's say d by dz of cosine of root z. I'm doing it separately. Root z is the angle, isn't it? Z is a variable which is being specified in the angle part. So what I have said, we need to apply the chain rule. We need to apply the chain rule, isn't it? So what needs to be done? D by dz of cosine of root z. So first of all, treat this to be a single function. If I would have said, what is d by dz of cos z? Who will say? What is d by dz of cosine of z? D by dz of cosine of z will be, yes, correct, minus of sine root z I will be getting. That's fine. But over here we are not having z. We are having root z. So what you have to do? You need to differentiate that root z with respect to z, isn't it? So into d by dz of root z you need to apply. If I solve this, what I will be getting? What is d by dz of root z? That is z to the power half, isn't it? So write down what is d by dz of square root of z, everyone. D by dz of square root of z. Nope. Yes, 1 by 2 root z, isn't it? So once again you can treat this to be as what? Minus of sine of root z into d by dz of z to the power of half. If I solve it, I will be getting it as half of z to the power half minus of 1, isn't it? Half of z to the power of half minus of 1 into minus of sine root z. Very good. So as a result, I can write it down it as minus of sine root z divided by 2 root z. isn't it? This is what I will be getting in the end, because z to the power half minus half, half minus of 1 will be minus of half, which can be taken to the denominator section and can be written over here as 1 by 2 root z. Isn't it? Yes or no, everyone? Okay? Okay, fine. I hope you got it, how I am getting this as minus sign root z by 2 root z. Now put it over there, what I will be getting. So as a result of that, I can write down my equation as z square is a constant over here in this, and it is going to be minus of sine root of z, isn't it, divided by 2 root z. So as a result, the final answer will be 2z cosine of root z minus sine, we can take it outside, minus z square sine root z by 2 root z, isn't it? You can multiply this. Can you give me the condensed expression over here? Can you give me the condensed expression over there, everyone? Yes. It's chain rule motive wave, isn't it? Motive wave, it's a chain rule. Please do watch the previous lecture session. That was lecture number 2. If you have any confusion related to this. Okay. So now you can solve it furthermore as well. And this is going to be the answer to this question. You can also condense expression, you can write it down furthermore. You know that root z into root z into root z into root z, isn't it? Yes or no? Z root z is equal to z root z, you can write it down, you can cancel it out. And this is going to be the answer to this. I hope it's clear, everyone. If yes, give me a thumbs up. Half will be there in the denominator section. Thumbs up, everyone. Okay. Okay, great, 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 everyone. Yes, that's great going. So let's try to solve the next question. Let's try to solve the next question. This question I gave it to you. It's a piece of cake itself. It's all about how you apply the chain rule. Now moving to the next question. This is it's a piece of cake once again. Yes. Gurubai applied chain rule over here. UV rule and then chain rule in order to find out cosine of root z. You know that d by dz of cosine of root z will be minus sine root z. The only thing which I need to do is multiply it with d by dz of root z. I already mentioned it's a chain rule, everyone. Bharati. It's chain rule I did. Chain rule, yes. The previous class, we have already discussed chain rule. Don't worry. Now this question will be giving you a better idea what chain rule is. How did I get this? In order to know this, we need to solve this. So what is being given? You need to differentiate with respect to x. So what needs to be done over here? Yes, correct. See everyone, those who don't know chain rule, once again follow up over here what I am trying to do. So you are being asked to find out d by dx of 6x plus 7 whole to the power 4. You treat this to be equivalent to x first. Let's say this is d by dx of x to the power 4. Then what do you think will be d by dx of x to the power 4? D by dx of x to the power 4 will be 4x cube, isn't it? You know that d by dx of x to the power 4 is going to be equivalent to 4x cube. So the term which we need to write it down, it will be same itself. I can write it down over here as this is going to be equivalent to 4. Obviously it was not x, but I was treating this to be like x, isn't it? This is a shortcut of chain rule. So as a result, I can say this is going to be 4 into 6x plus 7 whole to the power 3. Clear everyone? This is going to be 6x plus 7 whole to the power 3. But now you need to differentiate, multiply it with the d by dx of 6x plus 7. Then what you will be getting? D by dx of 6x plus 7. So this will be as it is, 6x plus 7 to the power 3 into d by dx of 6x plus d by dx of 7, isn't it? So you know that d by dx of 7 is going to be 0 because it's a constant, isn't it? So as a result of that, I can write it down it as 4 into 6x plus 7 whole to the power 3. This is constant. It will be 6 into d by dx of x plus 0. So as a result, you know that d by dx of x is 1. So it is going to become 4 into 6 into 6x plus 7 whole to the power 3. So it is going to be 24. 6x plus 7 whole to the power 3 is going to be the final answer. Isn't it everyone? 6x plus 7 whole to the power 3 you are missing. Yes, whole to the power 3. So this is going to be the step involved to solve this. This is chain rule. This is a simple version of chain rule, and I just mixed UV rule with chain rule in the question which I gave it to you in the previous minutes of this lecture session. Okay? If yes, if you understood it, give me a thumbs up. Let's move to the next question then. Let's move to the next question. Shall we? Yes or no, shall we? Okay. Let's move to the next question, everyone. Next. Let's see who will be able to solve this. E to the power x, x to the power 5. How are you supposed to? Obviously, you need to differentiate with respect to x. Yes, Motivave, you should be knowing where to use chain rule. If there are two functions like sine root x, like over here as well, you need to use, there is no requirement because these are direct functions. Wherever you are having some sort of complications with e to the power x, let's say e to the power minus x, e to the power root x, or else ln root x, ln of minus of x, or let's say cosine of root x, cosine of x to the power 3, something, then we can use chain rule. So that's why I'm asking you to solve the basic differentiation problems from R.D. Sharma book of class 11th. Okay, so now once again over here you are having, which rule do we have to apply? Which rule do we have to apply, everyone? UV, very good, UV rule. So now what needs to be done over here? There are two functions, isn't it? There are two functions. Let's say u is e to the power x and v is x to the power 5. Tell me the answer, everyone. I give you 1 minute to solve this. I need the answers in the chat box. Give me the answer. Okay, everyone, give a try, give a try, give a try, keep on trying. Okay, fine. I will give you the idea what needs to be done. So in this question, what we can do is, first of all, consider x to the power 5 to be constant and e to the power x as a variable. What we are doing? U dash V. क्या कर रहे हैं? U dash V, isn't it? V into U dash लिख रहे हैं. Isn't it? Plus, what needs to be done? Now, you need to add this. Plus UV dash, isn't it? You need to do. As a result of that, you have to treat e to the power x to be as constant, and x to the power 5 needs to be treated as a variable. So now what I will be getting? What is d by dx of e to the power x? Write it down in the chat box. What is d by dx of e to the power x? I just need to know what is d by dx of e to the power x, nothing else. Yes, e to the power x, one answer is correct. Anyone else? Jitendra, you are right. Anyone else? Yes. Correct. E to the power x. Ex nahi, e to the power x, it should be written, isn't it? So now what I will be getting? This is going to be x to the power 5 into e to the power x plus e to the power x into. What do you think will be d by dx of x to the power 5? What do you think will be d by dx of x to the power 5? D by dx of x to the power 5. I need the answer. Yes, correct, correct, correct. Everyone keep on posting. Keep on posting the correct answer. Right, correct. Yes. So it is going to be e to the power x, 5x to the power 4. So as a result, I will be getting e to the power x. Take it as common outside the brackets. X to the power 5 plus 5 x to the power 4. You can also take x to the power 4 outside. As a result, I will be getting x plus 1. Yes or no, everyone? This will be the final answer. The condensed expression over here. You can keep on solving. You know, if you know math, you can keep on solving until unless you get the right answer. See, every time there will be a raw answer which you will be getting, but the given list of options in JEE main and advanced examination will be condensed expression. So you need to think what needs to be done, how to solve it furthermore, and for that you need the basic mathematics, whatever is being taught over here and the one which you have learnt in class 10th. Yes, x plus 5, thank you. It has to be x plus 5 because, very good, x plus 5. Now it's fine because 5 was there. Okay, now it's correct. I am taking x to the power 4 outside as common, and then I am trying to solve this, isn't it? 5 was there, which was intact with x to the power 4 as a constant. So obviously it has to be x plus 5. Clear, everyone? If yes, give a thumbs up. E to the power x, how? Because it's a rule. It's a formula. I already mentioned it over here in the initial stages of this lecture session. We know that d by dx of e to the power x is e to the power x itself. Okay. So now I am giving you a question over here. Let's see who will be able to solve. Mark it as homework, then we are going to be ending this session. What is d by dx of e to the power minus 2x? Okay. Mark this as your homework, and I need the answer tomorrow exactly at 4 p.m. IST, where we are going to be solving some more questions, isn't it? So this is what you need to find out. This is your homework, everyone. Let's say this is the first question, and next question I am giving you that d by dt of e to the power minus t square plus 2 root t. These two questions are your homework. And before we leave, one more question I will give you. Let's see who will be able to find it out. Find d by dz of ln of 1 by z. So these 3 questions are your homework. You need to find it out and you need to give it to me. Okay? Okay, everyone. So notes will be shared to you. Don't worry about it. So now I hope everything's fine. So you can ask certain questions if you want before we end the session. So now tell me that what is going to be your target in the upcoming days? How many hours are you going to study? I asked the same question in the first class itself. Once again, I would like to ask this. Second question not clear. I will write down once again. The second question is e to the power minus t square plus 2 square root of t. Okay, this is the second question to you. Definitely, if you are going to be asking me, I can explain you in Hindi as well. Okay, now I would like to ask you how many hours are you willing to study in the upcoming days? Because in the upcoming days, you are going to be testing the real physics where all these things will be applied over there. Okay, that's good. Start with 5 hours. Start with 5 hours. Like 2 hours maths. Mathematics is very, very important. Then go for 2 with physics, 1 chemistry, or just the vice versa. You can keep on exchanging this. Sometimes 2 chemistry, 1 physics. But mathematics for 2 hours are very, very important for JEE main and advanced point of view. You need to increase the study habit. Start with 1 hour, not a problem. Then keep on increasing it. Once you are going to be getting the ambience, trust me, you will be having that hunger to complete the chapters as soon as possible. That's the way by which you can crack JEE main and advanced for sure. If you work hard, you can definitely crack JEE main and advanced for sure. And this is the road. This is the path where everything is being started. You need to know this, isn't it? And definitely after 2 months, let's say the completion of this in the upcoming month, you can come and visit our centers of Sri Chaitanya. We are going to be available over there. Yes, chain rule definitely आपको question number 2 में लगाना पड़ेगा. Question 3, you can do it directly for sure. Anything else, everyone? Ln means log base e. I already mentioned in the initial stages of this lecture session. Notes will be shared in Telegram. I think so the Telegram channel, they already started it. They are already sharing the notes. I don't use any social networking site apart from LinkedIn and Twitter. IIT Bombay, All India rank 50. And to crack IIT Bombay, you need to solve maximum number of questions, whatever you want. Max number of questions you have to focus. Know the concept, keep on solving the questions. You have to keep on appearing for the mock examinations. You have to appear for all the examinations like weekly tests, the quantum tests, whatever are being conducted in Sri Chaitanya. College is about to be started in the upcoming month, right? Other book is not mandatory for physics, only the objective of Sri Chaitanya, and if you get time then you can go for H.C. Verma. Second order derivative is d2y by dx2 or d2y by dz2. It's IIT Kharagpur, it should be. My name is Avinav Banerjee. I've already mentioned it in the very first lecture session of mine, if you can recall. So now, how are you enjoying your holidays nowadays? I think so that your class 10th examination already got over. So don't waste your time in playing cricket or any sort of online gaming. Try to solve some questions, the questions whatever I'm giving you to do. You need to follow your teachers for sure, for the greater good of your career. So that's why for solving differentiation, you can opt for books like R.D. Sharma. And if you are already enrolled into Sri Chaitanya, you can go for the objective exercises. Isn't it? Third one, I already mentioned that d by dz of ln z has to be equal to 1 by z. So now think about it, you need to use chain rule over there as well, isn't it? So that's what your homework is. We are going to be solving these questions for tomorrow. I teach in Vagdevi campus, Madhapur. Which branch I've already mentioned? Vagdevi campus, everyone. IIT Hyderabad, if you are focusing in order to crack IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, then IIT Hyderabad would be within your grasp for sure. So you should be focusing for the top 7 IITs and definitely the top 5 NITs. Yes, hello everyone. Is third one minus 1 by z. Minus 1 by z square, ln of 1 by z should be the answer. Okay, मैंने आंसर बता दिया इधर तो. Minus 1 by z square ln of 1 by z होना चाहिए. Physics is easy, Lakshmi Narayan. The only thing which you need to do is understanding it. Visualization is the most important thing. 7 IITs, IIT Bombay, IIT Kanpur, IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Guwahati, isn't it? All these we are trying to mention. Then IIT Kanpur. Both of them are better. Both of them are the best. DG Pandey Physics Galaxy, both of them are best. And say, what else? Today the session is going a bit longer, isn't it? Derivatives too, I will tell you, Salma Sheikh, in the next class. Yes, Sai Satvik. But along with that, you need to differentiate this as well by using chain rule. This function also needs to be differentiated, isn't it? Best NITs, NIT Warangal, NIT Trichy, NIT Surathkal. What else? Physics is very easy. JEE main you can score full marks, 100 out of 100. Several of my students whom I taught in the previous 2023, 2024, most of them they secured full marks, 100 of 100 itself. So it's not difficult thing, trust me. Best institutes out of India, you need to really look into that, because in India, we are having certain segregations. Outside India, all the universities are having equal importances. Based upon the number of Nobel laureates they are having, you can determine that institution to be the best. Okay, fine everyone. Thank you very much. I hope everyone liked this. If yes, give me a thumbs up before I depart right now. And don't forget to like this particular lecture session. Along with that, you can subscribe our Sri Chaitanya Educational Institutions channel as well. So departing right now, it's Avinav Banerjee for you. Thank you very much. Thank you.